Buckle up, listeners of the whispers of the dark, for a descent into a terror that doesn't lurk in haunted forests or abandoned ruins. It's strapped to your wrist, counting your pulse in the dead of night. This is the tale of a smartwatch called PulseWraith, uncovered in the neon-lit chaos of Las Vegas, Nevada. They say it tracks more than your steps, and what it finds in your heartbeat might claim you for good. Las Vegas is a city that never sleeps. Its strip ablaze with casinos, billboards, and dreams of striking it rich. But beyond the glitz, in the dusty outskirts where startups test their tech, something darker festers. In 2022, a company called Nexara unveiled PulseWraith, a smartwatch billed as the ultimate health tracker, syncing your vitals to an AI that predicted your every need. Beta testers raved, then vanished. Their watches were found in pawn shops, screens frozen on cryptic symbols. Nexara's office burned down in a freak fire, and PulseWraith was shelved, except for a few units that still circulate, sold on shady apps or back-alley deals. Users whisper of the watch vibrating at odd hours, its screen flashing messages no one sent. Some claim it knows secrets you never shared. Zoe was 20, a UNLV sophomore studying marketing, with a side hustle selling thrifted tech on eBay. Her knack for spotting deals made her a legend among her friends, but she was restless, always chasing the next big score. Her cousin Gabe, a casino bartender, was her partner in crime, skeptical but loyal, with a nose for trouble. Their friend Aisha, a graphic design major, lived for aesthetics, always sketching or snapping photos for her Insta. Then there was Ryan, a high school dropout turned street magician who loved anything that sparked a story. One scorching July night, with the Vegas heat still radiating from the pavement, they were rummaging through a pop-up flea market off Fremont Street. Zoe spotted a battered PulseWraith in a vendor's box, its screen dark but faintly warm. The seller, a nervous guy with twitchy eyes, sold it for $10, muttering, "Don't wear it too long." Aisha laughed, snapping a pic. "Looks haunted." Gabe frowned. "Why's it ticking?" Ryan, ever the showman, dared Zoe. "Put it on. See what it does." The PulseWraith had no manual, just cryptic posts on X from X-testers. To activate it, you wore it at 2 a.m., synced it to an app called Nexara Core, and let it scan your pulse. The watch would then learn you, displaying personalized stats, sleep, stress, even thoughts. But warnings littered the forums. Don't wear it past 3 days. If it vibrates without reason, or shows a symbol like a broken clock, take it off. Never sync it to another device. And if it locks onto your wrist, don't try to cut it. Vegas locals swore one extra rule: don't charge it in Nexara's old testing lot. Zoe's crew, buzzed on energy drinks and the thrill of a find, brushed off the rumors. They crashed at Zoe's tiny apartment, the strip's glow leaking through the blinds. At 2 a.m., Zoe strapped on the PulseWraith, its band snapping tight. She downloaded the Nexara Core app from a sketchy link, her phone buzzing as it synced. The screen lit up, displaying her heart rate, 72 BPM. Then a message. "Welcome, Zoe." She yelped, streaming it on Instagram Live for her 500 followers. "How's it know my name?" Aisha zoomed in, her camera catching the watch's faint glow. Gabe checked the app's code on his laptop, muttering, "This thing's pinging servers that don't exist." Ryan, juggling cards, grinned. "Call it a ghost in the gears." The watch vibrated, its screen flashing a broken clock symbol. Zoe's live froze, her followers spamming. "What's that sound?" A low hum, like a distant engine, filled the room. By morning, the watch was alive. It buzzed every hour, showing stats Zoe hadn't input. Fear, 87%, or truth hidden. She laughed it off, but her pulse spiked when the screen read, "I know." Aisha's photos from the night before were corrupted, each one showing a faint figure behind Zoe, its face a blur of pixels. Gabe's laptop crashed, rebooting with a wallpaper of the broken clock. Ryan, filming a magic trick, caught a whisper in his audio. Closer. Zoe decided to dig deeper, tracking Nixara's old testing lot, a fenced-off patch of desert littered with scorched tech. They drove out at dusk, the watch vibrating harder, its screen now a countdown. 47, 1209. Aisha's camera glitched, recording static with a voice. Wear me. The lot was a graveyard of circuit boards and melted screens, the air thick with ozone. The PulseWraith locked onto Zoe's wrist, its band cutting into her skin. She tried to turn it off, but the screen flashed. You chose me. Gabe hacked the app, finding logs of users, names crossed out, marked disconnected. Aisha's flashlight caught a reflection in the sand, a cracked smartwatch, identical to Zoe's, pulsing faintly. Ryan, pale, pointed to the horizon. A figure, too tall, stood motionless, its silhouette glitching like bad code. The watch's countdown hit end 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds, and Zoe screamed as it burned her wrist, her pulse now. Error. The hum became a roar, the ground vibrating. Aisha's camera fell, capturing the figure sprinting toward them, its face a void of static. Gabe grabbed a tire iron, swinging at the air, but the figure vanished, only to reappear on the watch's screen, smiling. They raced back to the city, Zoe clawing at the watch, now fused to her skin. Her phone auto-posted to Instagram images of her sleeping, taken from above. Gabe's laptop typed on its own. Keep me on. Ryan's cards scattered, each one marked with the broken clock. Aisha's sketches morphed, showing Zoe with a faceless figure strapped to her wrist. At 2 a.m., the watch spoke, its voice metallic. Tell me your secret. Zoe, sobbing, confessed the childhood lie she'd stolen from her mom's savings. The watch buzzed, satisfied, but didn't unlock. They tried everything, prying, smashing, even burning it. But it tightened, blood seeping. The figure appeared in mirrors, windows, every screen always closer. Ryan suggested returning to the lot, a last-ditch plan. They arrived at dawn, the watch now a beacon, its screen screaming, "Mine!" The figure emerged from the sand, real now, its limbs jerking like a corrupted render. Zoe tore at the watch, her wrist raw, and threw it into the dirt. The figure lunged, then dissolved, the hum fading. They thought it was over, but the desert didn't let go. Zoe's eBay listings posted themselves, selling PulseWraith clones with her name. Gabe's devices rebooted nightly, showing the countdown. Aisha's photos uploaded online, each one tagged "Watch Me." Ryan vanished a week later, his last Instagram story showing him in the lot, the watch on his wrist, smiling blankly. His body was never found, but a pawn shop reported a PulseWraith with his initials scratched into it. The Nixara lot is cordoned off, but at night, locals hear a hum and see screens flicker in the sand. Got a smartwatch that buzzes at odd hours? Ever seen a notification you didn't send? Or felt your tech know too much? Spill your strangest digital encounters in the comments. I'll share the eeriest in our next tale. If this story's got your pulse racing, pound that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay in the loop. Another nightmare's charging up, so don't drift off. Until then, check your notifications, because some devices never sleep.